Hi, welcome to Ames Responds to COVID-19, a question and answer program where Ames area organizations answer your COVID-19 questions. I'm Susan Guiazza, Public Relations Officer with the City of Ames. On today's show, my guest is Interim Police Chief Geoff Huff. Geoff, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
So one question that has come in recently, this has been a difficult year for people of all ages. As things start looking better, I'm getting more and more concerned about the mental health of my friends and family. Is there anything out there that I can do to get more information?
You bet. That's a great question, and you're right. We have definitely seen an uptick in our mental health calls at the police department. People are struggling a little bit right now, and as things get back to normal, we actually expect that we may see more of this as we talk with our partners in prevention and in counseling, and they're expecting that to happen. So one of the things, first off, that May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so this is a really good time to talk about this. And we're going to be holding a forum on May 20th in the Ames City Auditorium to talk about this very thing. So our mayor, John Hala, will be opening things up at 6:30 p.m. on that May 20th again. And the concept here is much what we did with the opioid crisis. Before we were seeing a large uptick in opioid overdoses here in Ames, we got a group together to talk about how we were going to combat that and get ahead of it before it really hit us hard. And so that's what we're going to try and do here with mental health as well. So we want to get information out to people. So this will be very informational. We'll tell you kind of what we're seeing, what the providers are seeing, what the counselors are seeing. We will give you some resources, so where you can go to get help if you know somebody that's struggling, who you may be able to contact. A lot of you already know we have a mental health advocate here at the Ames Police Department. Her name is Julie Saxton, and she does take a lot of those questions, and she knows who all the providers and what the resources are, and so she can point you in the right direction a lot of those times. But on the 20th, there will be a keynote speaker, Jason Hagelin. And so he's going to talk a little bit about the crisis and what's been going on. And then a lot of the providers will be there as well. But we didn't really want to stop there. It's good to get that information out there, but this is a starting point. And so the next phase of this will be mental health first aid training for anybody in the public that wants to do that. So we haven't set the dates yet, but we hope to have that soon as we run into May 20th. And our mental health advocate, Julie Saxton, along with Kinsey Phillips from Iowa State University, she's their mental health advocate. So they'll provide that mental health first aid training. And that's a little bit about self-care. And it's also a little about what to look for in others that might be struggling with a crisis, or in some cases, just long-term depression, anxiety, and those kind of issues. And we're going to do that same thing with juveniles a little bit later in the summer. So we have Brian Carrico that we're going to work with, who works for the Ames Community School District, and he will provide that same kind of training, but geared more towards juveniles. And then we'll wrap this series up in September with a mental health expo. And September happens to be Suicide Prevention Month, so good, another timely expo to have at that point. And so that'll kind of tie things up, but it won't end things. We still want to make sure that we're getting information out about resources and where people can go and what they can do.
So great. Looks like that first opportunity is Thursday, May 20th from 6:30 to 8:30 at the Ames City Auditorium. If you don't want to come to the auditorium, can you access this information another way?
Yeah, we'll have the recording will be on Facebook or the City of Ames Facebook page, and it'll be on the website. So you can go back later and view it if you can't actually attend that night, which is good. And I also want to throw out there, we do have a mobile crisis line that you can call. And so I'm going to give that number. It's 855-581-8111. And that's mobile crisis. And so if someone's having an acute crisis, you can call that number and you can have a mental health professional show up at the door and try and work on what may make that a safer situation. And that may not include law enforcement, which is fine as well.
Well, thanks, Geoff. Some really good information. I think it's important people realize they're not alone. Others are experiencing the same feelings that they may be feeling of sadness or despair, and it may be connected to the pandemic. And even though things are getting better, people may feel that that sadness continues. So Please don't be afraid to seek help.
Thanks for having me today.
Thanks, Geoff. Is there something that you're curious about? Is it related to COVID-19? Please let us know. We can put together another program soon with your questions. Email us at covid19@cityofames.org. Remember, the City of Ames has COVID-19 information on our website, cityofames.org/COVID-19. Thanks for watching.